Yo, what's going on, guys? My name is Toxicity and welcome back to the NBA 2K rebuild video here on the channel. Today we're going to be looking after the Memphis Grizzlies. Off to a pretty decent start, 12-7 on their season. Their next game is November 29th against the Pelicans. So I'm doing quite a bit of pre-recording at this stage because we're obviously coming closer to the holiday period. So definitely hope you guys are having a very safe and happy holiday period. But today we're looking after the Memphis Grizzlies. Now, I don't really have a huge plan when it comes to the Grizzlies. I think we're just going to kind of play it as it is. Like, maybe we tank the rest of the season, you know. Maybe it doesn't go as good as it could be. Maybe we fall away a little bit, but we're off to a good start. So if we make the playoffs, we make the playoffs. If not, we do have our own draft picks, which is great. Obviously led by Ja Morant. We have Jaren Jackson Jr. here. We have Desmond Bane, who's had a pretty up and down season so far. We have Marcus Smart here, who's not having the greatest season. Obviously, he's age 30, but hopefully in the simulation, we can get him a little bit more runtime. And then, you know, Scottie Pippen Jr. has been great while Ja Morant's been out. And there's other guys like Zach Edey, who's playing really well. Jalen Wells has been an absolute steal. There's just so many guys on this team that, you know, are going to be really good long term. So obviously we play with injuries off, so some of these guys are going to be back shortly. So I'm just going to simulate potentially to the deadline, but if we're going well, I might just let it run through to the end of the year, and I'll give you guys a little bit of an update as to where we are. Okay, so we're here at the trade deadline, and I decided to stop because we're not performing as well. I did change some things around a little bit. So Ja's leading the way. Jaren Jackson Jr. is playing a really good role. Desmond Bane is playing, you know, okay. I'd like him to be a little bit better. That three-point shot, I really wish it was up to that 40%. But, you know, you can't always ask for everything. GG Jackson, we've actually slid him into the starting lineup to see if we can have some runtime. Scottie Pippen is playing really nicely. He's got like limited minutes now. Marcus Smart is playing pretty good too. So I would actually like to get Marcus Smart out off this team. Now, in the nicest way possible, I do really like Marcus Smart as a player, but I feel like this experiment here has kind of done its dash. I want to play Scottie Pippen a little bit more to see if we can get him that overall up a little bit, and just to see if we can make this team a little bit younger. So he's definitely someone I want to look to maybe move on from. And Santi Aldama's been pretty good, but I mean, Jake LaRavia has been playing okay. Like when he's played this season, he hasn't played much for us, so I'd like to see maybe him get into the starting lineup too. And maybe for the rest of the season, we play Zach Edey more minutes and we play Brandon Clark a little bit less. So that's kind of just the direction we're going to go in. I don't know what we're going to do with Marcus Smart. Like, I don't know if we're going to get a first round pick for him or what we can actually get in return. I don't know if we even want anything to return, but I don't know. We'll just have a look and see kind of what's out there. So Mitchell Robinson, Derek Jones Jr. and a second round pick. No, not really. So we can get a first round pick here, swap with the Hawks, so a swap with the Spurs, so we get the worst pick coming back to us. We give up a second as well, and we have to take on Cody Zeller, who wouldn't play for us at all, but we do shed that 20 million in salary, which we could include in a trade if we did just want to keep him, but I know that he's just going to regress so much. So yeah, I don't know, like a trade would have to really jump out at me. Like, Isaiah Joe would be nice, but we have to give up Jalen Wells, which I don't really want to. Yeah. None of this really jumps out at me. Okay, so maybe we, I don't know. Do we want to go for it, or do we think we're a bit too young? That's the question here. So, I think, let's just see. If we go coaching game plan, if we just reset, they want to start Vince Williams Jr., but I still think we start GG Jackson. Maybe we just play him a little bit less. So, I want to start Zach Edey full time. So we'll go like 30 minutes to him. We'll go 34 minutes to... we need to get some minutes back. So I think Marcus Smart is probably going to get like... I don't want to keep that trade value high. He's probably going to get 12 minutes a night. Santi Aldama might get, you know, 12 too. Is he out of contract at the end of the year? I think he might be. He is. Okay, so... maybe we look if we can get something for him. We can just keep extending him, but maybe we just look to see if we can get something for him. But I would like to see Scottie Pippen Jr. in this lineup if we can. And Jake LaRavia too, man. I do want to see Jake LaRavia get into this lineup too. So Okay, let's take Santi Aldama out. I do really like him as a player, but I think potentially we just play. Is Jake Raver even gonna like? That 3-point shot is nice. What is Santi Aldama's? Okay. All right, we'll play the young guy a little bit more. We'll go like 10 minutes to him. Go 12 minutes. We'll go maybe 12 minutes to Scottie Pippen Jr. as well. And we'll see how they go. Brandon Clark can play like 16 minutes. Marcus Smart. Yeah, I don't know what we're going to do with Marcus Smart, man. So we'll go like maybe 14 to these young guys. Let's just see how the season kind of plays out. And then we'll do something. So Ja Morant can get maybe 34 minutes. We'll go 26 to GD Jackson, 30 to Bane, 34 to the others. Okay, and then we'll see what we can get for Santi Aldama. I don't think we're going to go too big this year. I don't want to go too crazy. Let's see what happens here. So we have our first round pick this year and next year, and we have a swap with the Magic next year too from the Suns. Okay. So we could potentially make a big trade next year. We have 2 first-round picks. So, Santi Aldama, as much as I like him as a player, and he's always handy to have around, now that we've got the young guys kind of playing a little bit more, and I know Grizzlies fans might be a little bit angry if we're going to tank the season, but I just want to see if some of these guys are actually going to be genuine players, or if they're just going to be, not so great. So, Jalen Tyson would be really good. But I don't think the Cavs will actually do that. There's the Cody Zeller trade again. Nick Richards, Drew Eubanks, but it's a pick swap. Orlando Robinson and a first-round pick from the Kings, which I don't actually hate that. So we might even just pop that second. I do think a first-round pick is kind of a minimum what I want here. Kenrich Williams and a swap with the Mavs. A 2029 first-round pick from... Okay, we'll just do this Wizards one, because the Wizards might not be as good. Okay, cool. So, bam, we get rid of a little bit of money on the books there. I'm just going to continue on. If we make the finals, we make the finals. If not, at least we got some development in some of the players. I'm pretty happy with what we're doing. Why is Jay Huff getting minutes? I don't know why he's even there. Why is bro even in the team? Okay. Yeah. Cool. Okay, so 11-man rotation. We're kind of getting some minutes through everyone just to see what happens. And yeah, we're just going to let Taylor Jenkins kind of develop this squad. And then next year is going to be the year that we go hard. At the end of year 1, Luka wins MVP, Jared McCain, Rookie of the Year, 6th Man of the Year, Ahmad Thompson, Depoy Wemby, Jalen Suggs, Most Improved, Damian Lillard, Clutch Player of the Year, Jason Kidd, Coach of the Year, and Jordan Hodgson, Executive of the Year. Do we get Ja Morant on any of these teams? Damn, I'm yawning like crazy today. No, but we do get Jaren Jackson All Defensive Second Team, which is good to see. And we get Zach Edey 5th in Rookie of the Year running. So that's pretty cool. So we actually finished in the play-ins, which isn't too bad. I'm actually pretty happy with that. So let's see how the end of season stats went. Jaren Jackson Jr. kind of went off towards the end of the year. I actually really rate that from him. Normally he kind of is like an 18 point per game player, but that's really cool to see. Desmond Bane got better. That 3-point shot actually improved quite a bit. So just something to consider there a little bit. GG Jackson was good. That 3-point shot is slowly getting better, slowly ticking over a little bit, but I'm sure he'll get better as he kind of develops. And then, yeah, Scottie Pippen Jr. was good in limited time. Hopefully we can get some more run time into him next year. Jay Huff obviously played those few games. Marcus Smart, we're probably going to put in a trade at the end of the year. Brandon Clark is fine as like a backup center, but I think Zach Edey's time has definitely come. And Vince Williams, yeah, I don't know. We'll have a look and see where his role kind of is on this team. So let's have a look and see if we make it through this game. And unfortunately, we get eliminated, which is fine. So our pick is going to be in the lottery. So, I mean, for Grizzlies fans, after last year, you'd want like some sort of playoff success, but it is what it is. It is what it is. All right, Anthony Edwards, 44 points, is Western Conference Finals MVP, and Jason Tatum is your Eastern Conference Finals MVP, and the Wolves win in 5. Crazy. All right. So player retirements. Mike Conley, LeBron James, yeah, the kind of usual suspects here. Patty Mills, Derek Rose. Okay, so no one really we need to worry about. So draft lottery, we end up with the 13th pick, which is good. And that's it. So I'm actually quite happy with that. 13th pick is going to net us a pretty good player. We can maybe trade up. I'm not sure. Taylor Jenkins will keep around. And then we'll just go to the draft and see what happens. So Cooper Flag, obviously, number 1. Ace Bailey goes number 1. Cooper Flag, number 2. Dylan Harper, number 3. BJ Edgecombe, number 3. Okay. Dylan Harper goes number 4. Okay. So let's kind of sim to our pick and see what's at 13 for us. So Trey Johnson's here. I do really like Trey Johnson. I'm thinking we just pick him. Yeah, we'll do that. Trey Johnson, we'll pick you up. And then we have pick 51 here. Jared Stevenson's always interesting. Dame Sarr is here too. Let's go the power forward option, Jared Stevenson. And then we will move on to the rookie signing. Make sure both of them are signed. And team player options, we'll let Anthony Gill go. And Jake LaRavia will bring back on the team option. Amazing. So qualifying offer. Yeah, all these guys, unfortunately, not going to make the cut, which is fine. Completely fine. Wish them the best and hope that they find another team. So Luke Kennard is here and Anthony Gill is here. So I think we're going to just renounce the rights on pretty much everyone here. And then we have a pretty good cap sheet to kind of do what we want with. So I'm pretty happy with that. Let's go have a look. So roster. So we're going to have Marcus Smart. We're going to look to trade him right now. And I'll happily have Scottie Pippen Jr. backing up Ja Morant. So then we have Jalen Wells here backing up Desmond Bane. We have Vince Williams backing up Gigi Jackson. Jake LaRavia backing up Jaren Jackson Jr. And then Zach Edey is here. So we could potentially make an upgrade at the center spot. I think the center spot might be something we can possibly look at. So if we propose a trade, we can throw in Marcus Smart. So that's 21 mils salary. And then we can also potentially throw in, like, Brandon Clark's good at all, but we can obviously just have, like, Zach Edey coming off the bench, potentially. I know we want to boost those young guys up, but he's only 23. He's only 23. So Brandon Clark in there, it's about 30 mil value. So what sort of center would we be looking at around that range? So obviously Jarrett Allen's there. Porzingis could be quite interesting actually, but we'll have to extend him. That could be pretty interesting if we go after Porzingis. Zubac is also a really interesting one. I feel like he would be available. If we give the Clippers something that they might want. So the Clippers would acquire more salary than needed. So we could potentially just like throw Brandon Clark in here and then throw in like a... Oh, this is tough. This is going to be tough. Okay, so if we throw in... Like, I do like Vince Williams Jr., but now we've got like Trey Jones. We might switch over like Wells and I do want to get some runtime into, like, obviously Gigi Jackson. I want to get more runtime into, and we want to get Trey Johnson into this lineup. So what if we throw in like a John Conchar as well, and maybe like a second? I don't know if they'll accept this or not. They're not going to, but I'll throw in like another second and let's see how this goes. No, and then I'll throw in a third second round pick and just see if they'll be willing to do that. They're not. Okay, so I think I'm happy to depart with a first, but it'll have to be kind of like a Grizzlies first round pick in 2029. I think this is good for the Clippers. They get some draft capital. They get a couple of useful players that they can use. And then they also get rid of Zubac, which I don't think they'll want to, but just in case they do, they're not going to say yes yet. But come on, man, this isn't super realistic, but I just want to kind of get this out of them. Come on, let's go. This is crazy. All right, 3 seconds and a first round pick. I'm not throwing 2 firsts in there. Maybe instead of John Conchar, we throw someone else in there. All right, let's see if this will get it done. No. Okay. Would you rather Marcus Smart instead? Was this something you would rather? They agree. Okay. All right. That's crazy. So, okay. We upgrade the center position quite a bit there. I'm happy with Zubac. And then we also have like Zach Edey come off the bench. So Brandon Clark can be expendable now. So, I'm kind of thinking, let's have a look at this team. So if we go roster, if we edit this. So if we go, who wants to play where? So we go John Wells, or Jalen Wells, sorry. And we go, he goes up as a small forward. I actually would rather him play small forward. Okay, cool. So then if we go back to trades, we could potentially make a big trade here and kind of go big for next year if we wanted to. So Brandon Clark can be in this trade. And then we can throw in maybe Vince Williams. Oh, do we just keep Vince Williams around? Maybe we just keep Vince Williams around. And then Jaron Stevenson should be ready soon. So then we can maybe throw Jay Huff in here too. So maybe not a big trade, but let's just see if anyone out there would want Brandon Clark and what for. So if we go Brandon Clark and Huff. Huff, I know, could develop into something good, but Zach Edey and Zubac might be the rotation for the rest of this video. So we get Jalen Smith and a first round pick, Sam Hauser, Derek Jones, Duncan Robinson, Isaiah Collier as a backup point guard, and a first round pick from Utah. Sounds interesting. Mo Wagner, Dylan Brooks. San Antonio Spurs will give us 2 firsts for these guys. And we shed some cap space, which is going to be good. Okay, I'm fine with just taking those 2 first round picks, I think. Unless we just want to keep Brandon Clark for a trade deadline push. Okay, let's just keep them around. I'm not 100% keen on doing that. So let's move on to player progression. I think that's all we're going to do for now. We bring in a new center, and everyone's going up green. I love to see that. So we'll make a big move at the deadline, I think. If Desmond Bane's not playing well, he might be put on the block a little bit, or maybe we just upgrade the bench. But we're not going to stay bad forever. So this is the 2nd season in charge of the Memphis Grizzlies, and hopefully we can make the playoffs this year. Okay, we're here at the trade deadline, and I think we're going to make a big trade. I don't know how we're doing. I haven't really looked, so let's just say yes. So 26 and 26. So, you know, around the same as last year. Let's have a look where people are kind of at. So Jaren Jackson Jr. has fallen off quite a bit. Desmond Bane's kind of back to his peak, which is pretty good. Oh, his peak was probably 20 points. Yeah, so interesting stuff. I don't know why Jaren Jackson Jr. has fallen away quite a lot, but GD Jackson's coming into his own a little bit. Zubac has been a good little pickup. Trey Johnson is playing good off the bench. That efficiency's actually not too bad for a rookie. Pretty interesting. Okay, so if we kind of go to roster and we edit these shot tendencies, Jaren Jackson Jr. is actually pretty high. Okay, very weird. All right, so let's have a look. I want to see kind of what's around if we go like a trade finder for Desmond Bane and maybe like a Brandon Clark. And we're also going to throw in just a first round pick just to see what's out there. What could possibly be around the league. So Derek White and Jrue Holiday, Kawhi Leonard is someone we can actually pick up. Trey Young and Kobe Buffett. We got Trey Young in a recent video. Bam would have been really cool if we didn't trade for Zubac in the offseason. Mark Williams, Walker Kessler, and Lauri Markkanen. Okay. Wow. That is a trade right there. Nick Claxton and Dennis Schroeder, Pascal Siakam and James Wiseman, Isaiah Stewart, Alfred Şengün. Okay, so all the centers are just being thrown at us right now with Dylan Brooks, Devin Vassell, interesting, and Isaiah Hardenstein, Rob Dillingham, Rudy Gobert, DeAndre Ayton and Robert Williams, and Jordan Poole and Kyle Kuzma. Okay, I actually wouldn't mind talking to the Rockets. I don't want these players though. I am thinking if we talk to the Rockets, would they be willing to depart with one of their stars? And it's not going to be Şengün. So I'm talking about Jalen Green. So they need to give up 7 more million. So we don't really want someone that's gonna want too much money. They have CJ McCollum on this team. They've just picked up pretty much all the bloody Grizzlies players. We can take on Killian Hayes if they want to get off that, or Cody Martin. We'll just go Cody Martin. So 2 first-round picks, Desmond Bane and Brandon Clark. What if we take away this first-round pick? This is just a start. Let's just see if they'll be willing to do that. Okay, so they're not willing to do that. I don't think I want to just throw up everything straight away. So if we throw Jay Huff into this, they can't do that. Okay, so potentially we trade a 2030 first-round pick as well. And they're tempted, but they want 2 more first-round picks. So, I mean, at least we're getting talks out of them. I'm willing to do that. And then I guess we can throw in Vince Williams Jr. Like, that's some good value. We could potentially get someone better than... Okay, let's have a look. We could potentially get someone better here if we really wanted to. Maybe Cam Whitmore. He signed a 3.4 mil. He's signed a big extension. What's his extension worth? Okay, so it goes up to 25 mil for a few seasons. So we're basically locking us into Cam Whitmore here as a backup power forward, which wouldn't be too bad. This is if they would accept this trade, that is. So 5 more mil, which could still be Cody Martin. So, I mean, we're kind of trading 2 important pieces to get an upgrade at the shooting guard spot, and we're also getting a good backup power forward in this as well. So Jake LaRavia could also just be included if they wanted a bit of sweetener. I don't know if they would. So we need to take back someone at the bottom of their list. We'll maybe it's take Sasha. Let's see if they'll accept this. I don't think they will, but it's a big trade. And they're not going to do it. Okay, so we've already got 2 first-round picks in here. If we take out Jake LaRavia, I guess we can throw in this Wizards pick. I do really like Jalen Green, and Cam Whitmore makes us so much better. I'm willing to do this. Let's see if they'll accept. They're not willing to accept. Okay, that's interesting. Who else did they have here? They have the Killian Hayes contract, but they've got Killian Hayes worth that much. Really, dude? Yeah, no one else is really, like, Dylan Brooks is still a 3-star value. That's pretty insane. All right, so how do we do this then? Maybe we just take away Vince Williams, and instead of Cody Martin, we might have to take on the Cody Martin though. Let's see if we can get away with doing that. We can. Okay. So can we potentially do this trade? No. All right. And then if we include the Wizards pick, no. And then, oh man, this is just frustrating. If we do include Jake LaRavia, they're 3 mil over. So then if we do Cody Martin instead, let's see if they'll accept that. They won't. Okay. So 4 first-round picks. I mean, it's Cam Whitmore as well. We're basically selling our future. And this is the team we're kind of going with. That's what we're kind of saying here. I'll be maybe willing to throw in... That pick is very valuable. What if we throw in a top 10 protected pick this year from us? That's 4 first-round picks, Brandon Clark and Desmond Bane. For Cody Martin, who's not going to play. Just to make sure we... Just to make sure we potentially get this over the line. Instead, we'll take Sasha, who we can just let go. So it's Cam Whitmore, Jalen Green for Desmond Bane, Brandon Clark, and 4 first-round picks. They don't say yes. Okay. Damn. All right. What if we take away Cam Whitmore? And what if we just include that contract of Cody Martin? So I mean, they're willing to do this. That's the thing. Would they rather Jabari Smith? Jabari Smith is pretty high rated. Okay. And Thompson is just as. Okay, this is gonna be an interesting one. See if we can work this out. So there's so many picks. Okay, if we take away one of these picks, I'll be willing to do this if they're willing to do this. And if they potentially want like a Jake Laravia, I'm also willing. No, they won't do that. Okay, let's see if they'll be willing to budge on this. They're not. Okay, so if we take away Cody Martin. Oh, okay. That went through. Okay, I think we just needed to go back to the drawing board. We gave up a fair bit, but it worked. So Desmond Bain, Brandon Clark, 2 first-round picks, and 3 first-round picks, and Jaron Stevenson for Jalen Green, Cody Martin, and Sasha, who a couple of those players obviously aren't going to play for us. But Jalen Green comes in and just makes us so much better. So Jalen Green, John Morant, Gigi Jackson, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Zubac with Zach Edey, Scottie Pippen, Jake Laravia, sorry, Vince Williams Jr., who I'm going to swap out for Wells. And then Trey Johnson is going to play instead of Cody Martin. So that is going to be our rotation. I'm pretty happy with what we just did, what we just managed to pull off there. That was pretty crazy. I didn't think that was actually going to go through, but we got it there. So we'll just run with kind of this sort of bench. And then, yeah, that is crazy. So we'll make sure Zubac is playing plenty of minutes. We'll make sure we'll just go 34, 34. Yeah, we'll kind of go something like this. So that is a huge trade. I never get Jalen Green, so I'm very happy with that. And then we're obviously a 4-star balance. So Taylor Jenkins, it's over to you now. You can take us through to the promised land. Hopefully we make a bit of a run and make the playoffs at the end of the year. End of year 2 comes and Luka wins back-to-back MVPs. Cooper Flag Rookie of the Year. 6th Man of the Year goes to Josh Giddey back in OKC. Wemby Depoy. Jarris Walker Most Improved. Shea Clutch Player of the Year. And Jason Kidd Coach of the Year. And Jordan Hobson is your Executive of the Year. So there are all your NBA teams. We do get John Morant here on All NBA 3rd team, which is nice to see. And we don't get Jaren Jackson here on this team, which is interesting. So rookie team, we don't even get Trey Johnson. We do get Trey Johnson. Okay, cool. Nice to see. So we are... Did we not even make the playoffs? Wow. Okay, so we make that big trade and we don't even make the playoffs. That is actually insane. I don't know what happens to the simulation sometimes. Sometimes I manage to get through. Sometimes I don't. So West, East, and the Mavs win in 6. Okay, so we go again, basically. So player retirements, obviously Chris Paul on the Lake is interesting. Steph Curry trying to call it a time. No thanks. TJ McConnell. Okay, so that is pretty insane. So we don't have a 1st-round pick this year. Are we... Wait. We jumped up to number 1. Where was our pick? So it was top 10 protected. Wait. Okay. So it was top 10 protected. We just have to watch this. We just have to watch this now. Was it the Phoenix? Rockets via Phoenix. Grizzlies. So we were meant to be at number 12. Wait. So we were meant to be at number 12. Okay. That kind of changes literally everything for this team. Okay. That is actually insane. I never ever have any sort of luck. So we need a new coach. I don't think bringing back Taylor Jenkins is going to be a good idea. I think, oh man, I don't think any of these coaches are really going to come in on this little money. But for some reason they might. So Missoula, Kidd, we'll go Popovich as well. I wouldn't mind Popovich coming in here. May as well offer Mark Daignault a contract as well. And then I always see Kemba Walker's name there. James Borrego would be interesting. And Billy Donovan could be cool. Kenny Atkinson. Charles Lee. Will Hardy would be interesting. Okay, let's see if we get any of these guys. So Will Hardy is going to be our coach. I'm happy with that. New kind of look, new perspective here in Memphis. And we get the #1 overall pick. Okay, so what do we really need? That's the question. I think AJ DeBansa and Cameron Bruiser, you can't really go wrong with either of these guys. So I think in terms of need, I'm going to go with Cameron Bruiser. I haven't taken Cameron Bruiser in any of these rebuilds so far yet. I'm very happy with that. So Cameron Bruiser, welcome to the Memphis Grizzlies. So we jumped up from 12 right into the lottery. So we might just bring Jay Huff back. We can probably use his money in a trade. Sasha's not going to have much value. So Huff, GD Jackson, and Edie are going to come back. Qualifying offers, Jake Laravia. I think now that we got Cameron Bruiser, we'll bring him back because obviously we can trade him. So Jaren Jackson obviously is the guy that we want to sign. So 5 years, 35 mil. I'm fine with that. Jake Laravia coming in. Yeah, we'll just sign him too. And Cody Martin, we're going to let walk. So goodbye to Cody Martin. Thank you for your services here. So you can go join a contending team. All right. So I'm pretty happy with that. Our team just, I don't even know how that just happened. So obviously Scottie Pippen, we're going to rely on player progression. Hopefully he jumps into an 80. Trey Johnson is going to develop as well behind Jalen Green. And then we have Wells and GG Jackson kind of going along nicely. Vince Williams Jr. could be traded with Laravia. Yeah, I don't know. I do like Zubac, but maybe we can do better with the center. Maybe we can get like an uber defensive backcourt, or maybe someone that can maybe score a little bit. Maybe we'll see who could be available at what time. Overall, Zach Edey is actually up to an 86 overall. So Zubac could just slide into being the backup center, which I don't actually hate. Trey Johnson's up to an 82. GD Jackson's up to his 82. It doesn't look like Scottie Pippen's going to jump up, which is sad. But Jake Laravia is up. Jalen Wells is up. And everyone else is kind of just around the mark. So I'm pretty happy with how this team's progressing. I'm not going to put a time frame on this rebuild because obviously the Grizzlies aren't just like a super contending team like some of the other teams have been doing lately. So we're just going to kind of see how this goes. And if we win a championship before, this year, next year, doesn't really matter. We're just going to try and do what we can with this team and make the Grizzlies fans a little bit happier. 50-win team, 50-32. Cade is your MVP. Not something you see every day on this game, actually. AJ DeBanso is Rookie of the Year. Jaden Ivey, 6th Man of the Year. Wemby is your depoy. Most improved goes to Nolan Traore. Cade Cunningham, Clutch Player of the Year. Coach of the Year, Ime Udoka. So, did we make the Rockets a very good team? I think we might have. Ja Morant's here on All-NBA First Team, which is crazy to see. Do we get anyone else on any of these teams? No, we do not, but that's okay. So, anyone on any of these teams? No, unfortunately not. But Cameron Bruiser 2nd in Rookie of the Year running, which I actually really like to see. So, we are a 5th seed this year. We make it, and we draw the Timberwolves in the first round of the playoffs. Jalen Green, 20 points. Ja Morant, 25 and 10. Jaren Jackson Jr., 15 and 5. GD Jackson, 15 and 4. Trey Johnson, I really am liking how this guy's developing. He's playing really nicely. 12, 3 and 2. Cameron Bruiser in his first year coming in behind GG Jackson, obviously. He's going 11, 4 and 3. Zubac, 8 and 7. Zach Edey, 7 and 8. And then Scottie Pippen, Wells, and the rest. So this is going to be an interesting. How did Utah have Darren Fox, Dylan Harper, and Jalen Duren? Okay, and Jaden Ivey. Okay. Yes. Okay, and I just realized the Mavs aren't there. Who do the Mavs have now? Josh Giddey. Oh, okay. And Terry Jones Jr. is back. This is a crazy year. Okay, game 1 against the Timberwolves, we win. Game 2 against the Timberwolves, we lose. Game 3 against the Timberwolves, we win. Game 4 against the Timberwolves, we lose. Game 5, we win. And then Game 6, we lose. Okay, so Game 7 against the Timberwolves. Look, this is interesting. I hope we get it through. Anthony Edwards is a huge task, and the guy's insane at what he does. And it looks like we are unfortunately going to be going home. But we make it through to the playoffs to begin with. So, I mean, we're back. That's what we need to continue on with. We're back here. Our team's going to get expensive. So it's Cade and Zion, and Cade wins in 6. So the Pistons win a championship before we do. All right. So James Harden on the Hornets retires. Steph Curry on the Warriors, obviously. Paul George on the 76ers. McCollum's a Laker. Tim Hardaway Jr. is a Celtic. Yeah, everyone else is pretty good to go. So I don't think we're going to get lucky this year. We end up with we might not even have a pick this year, I don't think. It doesn't look like we do. No. Okay. That is completely fine. We will kind of just see what happens. I think we may have a second round pick. We can draft and then, just do our thing. We don't have a second round pick. Okay, so no draft this year because we've kind of gone all in on this roster. So team player options. We have Jalen Green, who we're going to have to pay. Zach Edey, Trey Johnson, Jalen Wells, and Huff can kind of go now. We'll let him depart. So qualifying offer, Craig Porter Jr. We are going to also, I mean, if he comes back on the qualifying offer, sure. But we need to pay our guy, Jalen Green. Jalen Green, we're going to sign to a similar contract to Jaren Jackson. I forgot who he was for a second there. And then we're also going to sign. Let's see if he'll accept 15 mil over 4 years. GG Jackson, and then Vince Williams. We may as well just bring back as well. See if he will just take that. And so GG Jackson and Vince Williams agree, and we lose Jalen Green. Oh shit, we lose Jalen Green. Oh shit, we lose Jalen Green. There is no way. There is no way. There is no way. So Jalen Green is still showing, he's still there. Wait. I need to keep Jalen Green. Wait, what? Surely Jalen Green's still going to be here, right? Wow. Okay. That just set us back a little bit. That just really set us back a little bit. Wow. Okay. So, and we have $5 million to spend. Okay. That is crazy. We should have just overpaid for Jalen Green. That is crazy. So, I mean, Trey Johnson, I mean, mate, hopefully you can come through for us. I don't think we have the money to really sign anyone. Like Corey Kispert's here. Gary Trent's there. Like we can, I mean, now Vince Williams probably gets some runtime. Let's see. So we'll keep you as a small forward. John O'Wells. I keep saying John O'Wells. Jalen Wells goes down a little bit. Maybe we just start him as a shooting guard. Where is Vince Williams Jr.? Vince Williams would probably, he goes down same. Okay. All right, we're just gonna have to see how this goes, I guess. Like if it goes bad, I guess we can just have Corey Kispert signed. Man, that is traumatic. That was a big L. I thought it was gonna be restricted, but he wasn't. Okay. Jalen Green departs, and we didn't win a championship. We didn't even make it out of the first round. So overplayer player regression treats us nicely. Trey Johnson's up. Zach Edey is up. So, I mean, this core we're growing here is really good. GD Jackson's still going up. Cameron Booz is still going up. So, yeah, this is going to be an interesting season. I don't think we're going to stop at the deadline. Hopefully, we're a contending team. Maybe Trey Johnson is going to absolutely explode this year. So the Jalen Green departure left a big hole in our team. And I didn't actually see the record at the end of the season there, but we may have missed the finals, but we'll bounce back. We'll bounce back. It's okay. We gave up a lot for Jalen Green. I know we did. And I was stupid enough to think he was restricted and we could match, but that's on me. So Wemby, most valuable player. Brandon McCoy, Rookie of the Year. Sixth Man of the Year goes to Josh Giddey. Wemby, Defensive Player of the Year. Dink Pate, Most Improved. LaMelo Ball, Clutch Player of the Year. Coach of the Year, Jason Kidd on the Cavs. So the Cavs have a really good season in charge. And Ja Morant is getting better and better every year. It's a shame that some of the other guys on the team aren't performing as good. Nah, just kidding. They're playing as they should, but we're just not as good as we should. So yeah, they're the 10th seed, which, you know, is just not good enough. So Trey Johnson took a big jump this year. Ja Morant, obviously insane numbers. Jaren Jackson Jr. was pretty good. GD Jackson, Cameron Boozer, playing the small forward spot. He's starting as a small forward now. I wanted to get him in this lineup for some more rebounding. So he's in there too. I don't know, man. Maybe we trade Jaren Jackson, which could get us a insane shooting guard. But, you know, Trey Johnson's just going crazy. So I don't really know where this team's going wrong. Maybe it's just development. Maybe it's the bench. Maybe we need to just focus on some bench pieces this offseason. But yeah, there's no real time to waste here. We just need to set this as, I'm just going to go like a 7-man rotation. It's going to be all over the place. But yeah, we're just going to try our best to get through this round 1 experience against the Denver Nuggets. Like, at least we're getting to the playoffs, even if it's the play-ins. But I don't think we're in a first-round pick this year, which is a little bit rough. So hopefully we can just take it to the Nuggets, who don't have Jokic anymore, and we're going home in the play-ins. Ooh, that stings a little bit. That stings a lot, actually. Yeah, okay. We're going home already, and they don't let you see the playoff statistics for the play-ins, which is very annoying. So OKC and Chet and the Brooklyn Nets and Ace Bailey, and OKC win in 6. All right, so hopefully this is not the final year. Tristan Thompson's 37, man. Jimmy Butler on the Nuggets. Wow, that's crazy. KD and the Suns. There's a lot of crazy retirees. Okay, so staff retirements. Hopefully no one important. I don't think so. Draft lottery. I don't think we have a pick in this draft. We get pick 3. Okay, we do have a pick in this draft. So we're getting lucky with these draft picks, but like, yeah, nothing crazy. We do have Will Hardy here now. So like, do we draft or do we trade? Let's see what we can potentially come up with on draft night. Like, is it time to potentially like trade Jaren Jackson? Like, he's an insane defender, but Cameron Boozer could be just that much better. Okay, let's not do anything crazy. I think we just play this out, and maybe we can draft someone with pick 3 that's going to be a good backup power forward, or someone that we can trade. So Kobe Rivers is here. Mike Love is here. Jonathan Isaac. Yeah, none of these guys look that great. Yeah, none of these guys really. Dominique Wilkins, Hall of Fame. Jonathan Isaac, NA. Wilt Chamberlain. Okay, Wilt Chamberlain, Hall of Fame kind of sounds good. So we'll draft Tim Harper and our third round pick. That sounds pretty interesting. So maybe people might be interested in him. So Trey Johnson, Cameron Boozer, gonna make sure they come back and qualify an offer. We need to pay Scottie Pippen and Zach Edey. Okay. This is where things get even more interesting because Zach Edey's been our starter and he wants a shitload of money. All right, so let's just like, he is restricted, I'm pretty sure, right? He is restricted. He is restricted. So I'm just gonna offer him the same amount of money. Oh man. Okay, we'll offer him a little bit more than Jaren Jackson, which might annoy Jaren Jackson, but that's okay. And Jalen Wells wants a bag too. That's a lot of money. Hopefully he'll be interested in that. And I mean, Scottie Pippen on a $5 million a year contract. Yeah, sure. We'll see if we can bring all those guys back. And we do. Okay. Cool. So this team's now getting very expensive. That's one thing that we need to take into consideration here. And then let's have a look and see what the roster's looking like. So Ja Morant, Scottie Pippen Jr. Yeah, we'll continue with that. Corey Kispert's obviously here that we can trade. Jalen Wells is, coming along nicely behind Trey Johnson. Cameron Boozer he's definitely taken over from Gigi Jackson. I think we need a better backup power forward. And yeah, Tim Harper's here just chilling. Okay, let's see if we can trade Finder, Jack LaRavia, and Corey Kispert, and maybe like a future first round pick, and just see if we can get better options as the power forward. So Trey Murphy's here, and Josh Hart. But Josh Hart's probably going to regress quite a bit. Bobby Portis, same thing. Sadiq Bey. Yeah, none of these guys really jump out at me. I mean, Rui's here. Rui's not too bad, but, Jake LaRavia is an 80 overall as well. Jonathan Mogbo. Yeah, I don't think so. Okay. I think we just take Jake LaRavia for what it is. I'm okay to go through the player progression. We're bouncing back from a year where we lost Jalen Green. Hopefully some player progression is kind to us when we get Trey Johnson up and Cameron Boozer up. And we do. That's insane. Okay, so we almost have 490 overalls, and our bench is all going to be 80s. This better be the year, man. This better be the year. All right, we're going to set this rotation. If we're bad at the deadline, I think we're going to trade Jaren Jackson Jr. But if we're good, I'll see you guys at the end of year 5. Okay, not the worst season. 47 wins is an improvement from last year. Dylan Harper, MVP. Jackson Richardson is Rookie of the Year. 6 Man of the Year goes to Dylan Mingo. Wemby is your depoy. Most Improved goes to Will Riley. That dude needs to sleep a little bit. Cade Cunningham, Clutch Player of the Year. And Coach of the Year goes to Billy Donovan in Utah. So we get Ja Morant here still. Do we get anyone else on any of these teams? We get Cameron Boozer here. Okay, so Cameron Boozer is probably taking a big step forward this year, which is nice to see. Okay, so we end up as the 5th seed. So around the mark, I do think this team is going to be good in the long run. Like, we're definitely going to step forward next year. Ja Morant's going to turn 30 next year, though. That's the thing. Everyone else here is pretty young still, so they're going to be developing nicely too. Trey Johnson has just turned into an insane player. That is just what we wanted to see. Cameron Boozer coming along nicely as well. Triple J is actually, doing pretty good. The steals and blocks per night are still coming in, which is what you like to see. Like, obviously, he's not going to average, 10 rebounds a game, but he's still pretty good. Gigi Jackson's playing good too. Zach Edey is also playing, pretty well. He's getting some blocks in tonight too. So him and Gigi Jackson, him and Triple J are playing really well together. So Zubac is, we brought him in to be that mentor type player to Edey, and he's doing that job. Scottie Pippen Jr. was actually pretty good this year too. I know he hasn't played too much in the last couple of years, but he was also good. And Corey Kispert got some run time this year, which is nice to see. So we draw the Golden State Warriors, who have DJ Wagner, Jaden Ivey now. He's a bit of a journeyman at the moment, and Okongwu. So pretty interesting team. I'm hoping we can potentially just beat them, which would be nice. Let's see how things go. So game 1, we lose. Game 2, we lose. Game 3, man, we win. Game 4, we win. Game 5, we win. And game 6, we lose. Okay, so we're going to a game 7. I just want to get out of the first round, and I feel a little bit better about what this team is becoming. And it really just doesn't look like we're going to ever get out of the second round unless we have an amazing fourth quarter. We go again. Okay, so I'm hoping next year is the year. I mean, everyone's under contract. Dylan Harper and Cade Cunningham, and the Pistons sweep and win for the Detroit Pistons win another championship. So yeah, we just need to be really careful about what kind of happens this year. There's some retirees, draft lottery. We are going to get pick number 15 via Washington. And I think that's all we have at the moment. Okay, that's fine. So maybe it's Taylor Jenkins or Will Hardy. Maybe it's Will Hardy, man. It's a shame Fred Daniels looks really good. That could be potentially get Fred Daniels. Maybe Will Hardy goes. I'm fine with saying goodbye to Will Hardy. Let's see if we can get Fred Daniels in the door. I know we don't have that much money. Where's all that money going to? Assistant GM? That's a lot of money just tied up there. Okay. Who else could we really go for that's going to be any good? So Kemba Walker has decent odds. I mean, decent ratings. So we may as well look for him too. Elton does. Quinn Snyder's here. I mean, we got him in a recent video, but hopefully we get one of these guys. Please tell me we get one of these guys. Quinn Snyder is actually going to be the guy. Okay. Thank you, Quinn Snyder. I'm happy with that. So we get a new coach in. Hopefully a new direction kind of shakes this up a little bit. We will draft with this pick, and we're going to take Tony Porter, Donovan Mitchell. Okay, DeMontis Sabonis, Maxi Kleber. Okay, I kind of like the Sabonis kind of pick here. Like Donovan Mitchell's not too bad. I guess we could potentially need a shooting guard in the future. Yeah, let's just go the power forward. Let's just mix it up. Let's see what he becomes. I do like that. So Austin Bennett was number 1 overall. Cool. Rookie signing. He's going to be a 73 overall. Team player options. Cameron Boozer we're going to be bringing back. And then qualifying offers. Trey Johnson we're going to have to pay the bag to. And this team is getting very expensive, man. Very, very expensive. We can't actually afford Trey Johnson. We can afford him on that, though. Okay, so he's coming back and he's going to agree. So we are very, very deep into salary cap hell right now. Let's kind of proceed through moratorium. Let's just clear this off. So we sign him. Yeah, man, this team is getting very, very expensive. I'm just going to see if there's a trade around for maybe Jaren Jackson Jr. I don't think he's worth the $43 million we're paying him at the moment. I'm just going to see what's around. Okay, we're going to mix things up a little bit. I'm going to trade Jaren Jackson Jr. for Denny Adia and Moses Moody. If we can get anyone else other than Moses Moody, I wouldn't mind that. I think it's just the money. I think that's all that this really is. So let's see if they'll accept. And now they want a second and they're going to give us a first. What? Yeah, whatever. We'll just pop that. So now the team changes a little bit. Now we have Cameron Boozer switching over to the power forward spot where he belongs. So we've got Ja, Trey, Edie, Cameron Boozer, and then we're going to have Gigi Jackson off the bench as well. I'm quite happy with that. I don't think there's going to be a trade for like anyone else. Like Denny and Gigi Jackson can kind of swap between that small forward position, which I like. And then like Moses, can we just flip Moses Moody for something else? Like I would happily take a pick. Okay. I do really like Herb Jones in these simulations. He's just a good little defensive small forward or shooting guard. I actually don't hate that trade. We save a little bit of money too, I'm pretty sure. We save a little bit of money, we do. And we get a first round pick. So I'm going to pop this trade. I think that just makes us a little bit better. So Scottie Pippen, Ja Morant, Trey Johnson, Herb Jones. Jalen Wells kind of pushes and becomes a little bit expendable at the moment. Unless we want to shift around the team a little bit, which we can. Actually, we will do that. So we go Denny Adia to the power forward position. He stays kind of around the same. And then we move Wells back to his natural small forward position. I actually really rate that move. I feel like we made this team a little bit cheaper. And overall, I feel like we got a little bit better. And we say goodbye to Jaren Jackson Jr., but I like what we've kind of turned this team into. So Zubac is down a little bit. Denny Adia is down because of that change. But I do really like this team. Trey Johnson and Cameron Boozer with Zach Edey. I think we're good, man. I think we're really good. This should be our year. This is going to be the final year. 57 and 25. Wemby is your MVP. Austin Bennett, Rookie of the Year. JT Toppin, 6th Player of the Year. Wemby, D-Point. Most Improved. Yep. Clutch Player of the Year, Jokic. Billy Donovan, Coach of the Year. So we don't get Ja Morant on first team, but we do second team. And yeah, that's about it. No one on any of these teams. No. Okay. So we end up as the 3 seed. So a little bit of improvement compared to other years, but yeah, not super great. So our scoring really evened up now. I do like how everything's sitting. Everyone's kind of rebounding. Everyone's, you know, assisting with all the assists and stuff, which is really nice to see. So I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to trim this down to... so Denny would be missing out then. If we just do like a 9-man rotation under Quinn Snyder, yeah, I kind of like how that would look. So we're coming up against the Houston Rockets, who have VJ Edgecombe, Stewart, Cam Whitmore, Jalen Williams, and so, yeah, okay. All right, we always come up against these demons. Game 1 goes to us. Game 2 goes to Houston. Game 3 goes to us. Game 4 goes to us, and game 5 goes to us. So we make it out of round 1. So we come up against DeJounte Murray, Elijah Arenas, Ingram, William, and Kessler. Man, we're just coming up against these demon teams, man. I don't understand. Okay. Game 1 goes to us. Game 2 goes to us. Game 3 goes to the Pelicans. Game 4 goes to us, and game 5 goes to the Pelicans. Game 6 goes to us. Okay, so we'll come up against the first seeded Utah Jazz, who have an absolute god squad. This team is just insane. And now I have Jalen Brunson coming off the bench. Okay, cool. Game 1 goes to Utah. Game 2 goes to Utah. We're going to get swept. Game 3 goes to Utah. Game 4 goes to us. Okay, can we come back from 3-1 down? That would be insane to end this video. I just want to get out of the finals, man. I just want to get into an NBA championship. I don't even want to win, and we're going to get absolutely blown out. Okay. Well, that sucks. We make it to a conference finals, at least. Dylan Harper and Carter Bryant and the Jazz win a championship before we do. Okay, well, Jalen Green up and left us. We developed a lot of players. We had some up and down seasons, but we managed to get to a conference finals. No NBA championship for the Memphis Grizzlies. But I had a lot of fun doing this rebuild. Let me know down below what you would have done differently. And also let me know any other rebuild videos down below as well. Thank you guys so much for watching this series. I really do appreciate it. And stay tuned for the one in a couple of days.